the share button, and then
Okay.
that's not the button to push. And then you'll see the thing that says share to YouTube or stream
Oh
to
shit.
Twitch.
See, yeah, it would be because
then you
fucking
just
Corey's
connect
like
your-
living room is so huge. It would be difficult to be able to like stream from the PlayStation because there'd have to be so many cables running around. I don't think I have any that are long enough.
Literally, you just need the PlayStation.
Take out that bastardo.
Yeah, no, it's like mainly the microphone setup is what I'm trying to think of. And plus, it would sound pretty garbage. I'm
With the microphone, you can actually, if you don't mind going slightly cheap with it, or if you have 3.5mm audio input,
yeah.
you don't need
Okay, I actually have a cable that's XLR 350 or whatever.
Plug it directly into the controller.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I
interesting.
do with my headset. I plug it in when I'm alone. So everything else is behind a wall that I can't shoot at from here.
Well, the other problem with that would be is that both of these mics need phantom power, which you need to go through a mixer or a secondary
Wrong button.
preamp.
Wrong button.
Ah.
So no, what you all you need, if you don't mind a headset,
Yeah.
go for the headset.
I mean, oh god, I hate using headsets for so many reasons. Like, they're pretty terrible mics, and then, like, positioning them is, I mean, there's really just one way to position for the most part.
Have you seen mine? Mine's pretty
yes,
good.
Okay.
You wanted to. Come on, get behind the fucking wheel.
You're drunk, Rico.
Man, I'm playing like you do.
Yeah. Shenmue is real hard to fucking control, though.
Well, it was, they didn't know to use the analog stick for fucking.
I mean, I can understand because, like, analog sticks were still pretty new at the time, and, like, 3D games in general were pretty new, so it was still kind of like, there was no real, like, standardized way for it, but it's just so, the design for that movement is so unintuitive.
Keep in mind, like, the PlayStation didn't even have the analog stick yet.
Oh, that's true, yeah, it didn't come around until the second DualShock.
Yeah. Well, until the DualShock.
Oh, was the original one not called the DualShock?
The first controller was not.
Okay. I don't recall, it was a long time ago. I definitely played with that one, but I didn't really think about games that deeply back then.
I think of the first, because the first one didn't rumble,
Right.
so it wouldn't have been the shock.
Guess, yeah, that makes sense. I know, I was never really big on PlayStation. I was definitely always like Nintendo. So I had the N64.
Absolutely a PlayStation fanboy as a kid. My cousin had one, and that was the shit. Like,
Oh yeah, that was my cousin. I'd like mainly watch him play like FF9.
we only had Super NES, so I got a PlayStation 2.
And you know what I remember that I have the fondest memories of with PlayStation is the fucking Pizza Hut sampler discs. Those were my fucking
the
jam.
That would come with the magazine. They
Yeah.
had those up until I feel like I had one for the PS3, but I could be wrong.
I had one for PS2, I remember. I only ever got, like, it was like a Dragon Quest demo.
Yeah, I had a lot of PS2 because I would buy the magazines. That's how I first played Shadow of the Colossus. Was with my PS2
Really?
magazine, yeah.
I remember one time, I can't remember who it was, but there was like, somebody fucked up and
I
accidentally...
am blasting you directly.
Or what they did was they packaged, basically it was the full game, but then it had like, it was designed so that once you finished the demo, it would kick you out of the game and like give you like a, oh, be sure to play it. But the full game was on the disc, because they didn't want to just like make a whole new disc for it. So, hackers found a pretty stupid, easy way to like bypass that and just let everybody know. So then, all of the games were basically just the price of the magazine. And it was like a a fucking like AAA game. I think it was. I can't remember what one specifically, but it was definitely like a big budget game that they lost a lot of money on.
Yeah.
I always love shit like that. Companies accidentally fucking up. There was one, oh my god, I can't remember the exact details, but it was like, holy shit, they did like this DRM. They were like super big on like the DRM, and they were like, let's make it real hardcore so that nobody can beat it, right? But then they fucked up, and they made a patch that literally broke the game because of the DRM. Like, literally, no one could play it. It was broken. Legitimate or not, you could not play it because it would immediately assume all copies were pirated. So, to fix it...
No one could possibly have bought this piece of shit game. You had to have stolen it.
Right, but the best part is, to fix it, they got a torrented copy of a cracked version, and then they made that the patch. The patch was, it just downloaded the cracked, torrented copy that the actual company distributed. So they had to use the pirated version to get past their own stupid fucking DRM. Oh my god, it's so fucking thick and syrupy, the fucking irony on that one.
So got that one?
Like, that's the purest example of irony I've ever heard in real life.
I don't see anywhere else in this province that could be something.
Oh wait, what about in that little notch there?
Here?
Little north. Right there. What about that?
You're probably right. I hope you're wrong, because it looks like another port.
Oh boy.
The ports are always massive and such a pain in my dick.
Yeah.
Like, specifically my dick.
Wanted to give you the breaking news, but the
There was another one, like, another situation like that where... God, what had happened?
My favorite thing is when, like, things that developers will do to protect games from being pirated.
Right.
So, like, there's one where if you had pirated Arkham City,
Yeah.
it would, I think, just Batman could not attack anybody.
Wow.
Or no, he couldn't zip line. He couldn't do the,
Oh.
something like
Or no,
that.
the glide is what it was. Is
Yeah,
if you
he
tried to
could
glide, you
glide.
just kind of like flap and
he would
fucking
just
fall.
flap frantically. It was something like that.
Yeah.
And then their Mirror's Edge would have you take off running real fast and then slow down when you got to the edge of anything and like freak out.
There was another. Oh yeah, Serious Sam 2 did that, where it was like if you pirated it, there would be a fucking unbeatable scorpion enemy that would just like be there constantly, and it was literally impossible to beat.
No, it's not that. It's either this church, or both churches.
Right. Or there's that little notch up in the top, to the left there, up above there. That there? Maybe?
No,
No? Okay.
it's the churches.
Okay. Preacher shot my dick off.
Oh, you alright, Cloud?
Not really. Preacher shot my dick off.
Just kind of took it clean off.
Didn't even
Amazing
hurt.
shot, really. Doesn't hurt at all. I imagine it's gonna hurt a whole lot in a little while. Right now, it's fine.
I just love that shit, just people being calm. There was a moment like that in fucking Sin City, like the movie, where they're trying to get a message to the fucking, like... They're, like, getting a message to them, so the one fucking girl shoots an arrow through a guy, and he's just like, holy shit, this is just a fucking arrow right through my chest here. He's, like, not barely reacting, he's just like, whoa, that's fucking crazy. He's like, I shouldn't be alive now, right now, right? And they just, like, take the message, and it's just like...
You can't
Guys,
possibly
should we do
be
something
right.
about this?
This can't possibly be right. Like,
Whoa, what is that fucking path it gave you?
if
This
I
is
were to
just a
drive-
loop you way the ass
If I were to
over.
drive, that would be the most direct path there.
Really? You couldn't just like...
No,
Oh, okay.
because it's a very mountainous terrain.
Ah.
So it's not the churches. So it's got to be what you were looking at.
Huh.
There's nothing else in that outline. Like, you can see everything from the helicopter, so it might even be this over here.
Also, we like old school DRM.
Yeah, it's totally this. You were fucking right, Iggy. I hate you, Iggy.
Old school DRM was interesting too, because it would usually involve something in the manual. Like there was one where it was like, this manual has a star chart, and literally you can only find it in the manual, nowhere in the game. And so if you don't have the manual to align this fucking star chart at this certain point in the game, you can't beat it. Shit like that.
There's some old ass game that did some shit similar to that.
Yeah.
That it was an anti-piracy measure.
Right. That's
And
what.
it's the most asshole anti-piracy measure ever.
Go
I'm not
on.
even gonna like try and sugarcoat it. What they had done was they had mailed out the game, or they sent out the game with a letter from your uncle in the game,
Okay.
and you had to soak the letter in water
Oh.
in order to get a code for a thing in the game. You know, if you didn't buy a legit copy, you didn't get that code to get the, you know, you didn't get the paper to get that code.
Yeah.
So, guy, it was one of those things when I heard about it, I was just like, fuck you.
Well, it's even Metal Gear Solid did that. The codec is on the box. It's like that's literally why
Yeah.
that was, is so that you wouldn't pirate it.
8 of 9 provinces liberated.
And because fucking Hideo Kojima is a goddamn brilliant
It's
savant,
like-
madman.
I can't tell whether Kojima is fucking brilliant or fucking nuts.
Well, the greatest geniuses of all time, that's always been the question. He's very crazy, but the stuff he makes is well worth the madness.
Like, I really wish that...
Oh, Silent Hills?
No,
No?
the other one.
Oh, there was another one.
PF or PT, something like
PT? Well, PT was a playable teaser, and it was just an ad. It was a demo for Silent Hills. It was gonna be the next Silent Hills game. The next Silent Hill game. It was gonna have Norman. It was gonna have Norman Reedus, Hideo Kojima, and Guillermo del Toro were gonna work on it.
that. I hear a lot of stuff that, Guillermo del Toro is a fucking mastermind.
I love
But
his
he
stuff
has-
visually at the very least.
No. His stories are fine. His stories are fine. It's not his fault for his bad movies.
Oh
It's-
yeah, like fucking Crimson Peak. I don't know that. Ugh.
Hellboy 1 was not his fault. 'Cause
Yeah, Hellboy 1 I still enjoy, but it is really cheesy.
I wish, like, I watch that and I see, like, Hellboy 2, I look at it and say, oh my god, imagine if he had been allowed to do what he wanted the first time.
Right. And like Hellboy,
Oh, that's
the problem is that they...
gorgeous. Look at this.
Whoa, fuck.
Aren't those ruins gorgeous?
Yeah.
I love the underwater one there.
With Hellboy 1, it was that they basically forced him to have an everyman character, because it's like, nobody's gonna understand it. It's like, maybe I don't want them to fucking understand it. If they can't fucking figure it out without some fucking idiot being there to have everything explained to him, like, why would I want that person watching this movie? Is not for them. Like, that's one of the things, like, the Chronicles of Riddick. That movie is ridiculous and pretty terrible by most standards, but one thing it does really well for sci-fi is it has a very dense, very unique universe, and they don't fucking hold your hand at all. They're just like, they're throwing you right in there, and you gotta fucking try and catch on. Like, there's no everyman or anything. Okay, it was Pitch Black was the first one, and then Chronicles of Riddick was the second, and then retroactively Pitch Black became Chronicles of Riddick, Pitch Black. And then there's also Butcher Bay, I believe, which is like an in-between that was just a game. And then they put out Riddick more recently, which is probably the best one.
Because wasn't the first one, like, super good, and the second one was, like, yeah.
The first one was really good. Like, Pitch Black is a classic, just like sci-fi film. And then, yeah, the second one, Chronicles of Riddick, like I said, like, by most standards, terrible. But the universe building, fantastic. If you're into universe building,